everybody. It is morning. The sun is full on shining. I've already been out here once or twice today. But I noticed I have some tomatoes that need some tying up. And there's a couple of different ways that I do that now. Now I have done the using pantyhose, old t-shirts, anything I could get that I could use that was a little bit stretchy. This year I am trying out these clips that I got off of Amazon, which I think I'm really loving, but I am still using the gardening tape as well. And actually on this plant, that's what I'm going to use because it doesn't go up super close to the, this is a different type of panel that we used here. So I am going to, I'm going to go around here. I like to go right beneath where the arms come out. It gives you a good base so it doesn't just ride up the plant. And I just put a basic knot in that keeps it somewhat loose, allows it to move. Like that, and it will hold it up. So now because I came out this morning, he was laying on the ground, so I felt sorry for him. He needed to come up. This guy I could tie up, but I feel like he's doing okay, so I will wait on him. Let's see, what else have we got? This guy's doing all right. I'll let him get a little bit taller. This is what I was talking about with the clips. I don't know if you can see in there. How you just clip it around, and then I could take that off if I needed to or wanted to. Let's see, let's go ahead and move. This guy's not quite needing it yet. I see a really tall one over here. That may need a little bit of help. And I'm going to go ahead and use my gardening tape again on this one. Some of my tomatoes I allowed to have more than one stalk. So I've got a few that have two main stalks, and this is one of them. I usually like to go down to one just because it keeps the airflow really good, but this year, I don't know, it was just a little odd, some of these tomatoes. So that guy's nice and good. I prune the bottom of my tomatoes. I haven't been out here in a couple days because we've been busy, so and I just literally snap these babies right off, and if I wanted to, with any of the suckers, I could replant them. In fact, I've done that. A few of my tomatoes were started from a sucker. But I try and keep a decent eye. There's one right there that needs to come off, another one. And we're getting to the point in the year where, at least in the top portion, I do start to kind of back off from taking all my suckers off, and I sort of just let them do their thing, but I always keep that bottom part nice and clear. And I will come in with things like this, and I will trim back these leaves so that they're not all just a big jungly mess. This guy looks like he could actually use one of these clips, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm using these clips. They look like this. Got them from Amazon. And you just put them around the stalk of your plant and attach it to whatever. In my case, it's some kind of fencing. I've got cattle panel, I've got some hog panel, and you just pull it around and they snap together like that, holding whatever you have onto your panel. And then at the end of your season, or if you need to move something, you come in and push this little button and it just releases it so that you can get several seasons out of these. Which I love. I'm all about reusing stuff. Stop. So I'm gonna bring him over. I always find a joint kind of like here where there's an arm or something, and I just put it around what I'm attaching it to and put it around the stalk, and it just snaps. and now it will hold it up. Pretty cool. All right, so when using this tape, you want to make sure you have a piece that's going to be long enough for whatever you're attaching it to. You want it to have a little bit of movement to it, because, you know, when the wind comes through and all of that, you want your plant to be able to move, not break. So I take a piece, I find whatever joint I'm going to tie under. I go around the plant. I'm actually going to go around that and around what I'm attaching it to. I'm going to get rid of this sucker right here. Just snap him off. And then you literally just tie a knot, keeping it somewhat loose. Like, I don't want to pull it in super tight like that. I want to keep it so that it has movement for when the rain comes through. Well, not the rain, but the wind. But it keeps it from laying down on the ground. Okay, like that, so he can move. Perfect. So I have some crookneck squash here, and I am actually going to do some pruning on this plant. He's really full, and although I do see some pollinators in here, I feel like it's so full at this point that I need to get rid of at least a few of these lower stalks. And so I'm going to come in and literally just snap a few of these off, just to try and give myself a little room. Ooh. And just cut them off like that. You want to be careful. They do have the little thorny pieces on there, and so you got to really lightly pick them up. Otherwise, ouch. Some of these are laying on the ground, so I want to keep them off the ground as much as I possibly can. And I'm just creating a situation where I've got some airflow, and the pollinators are able to see what's in there and go, yummy, and be able to get down in there and pollinate what's in there. So I'm just taking out a few branches, not a ton. Also, I do notice that I have a leaf here that is not looking good. So I'm going to get him out of there because I don't want disease starting in my plants. I have all of this squash and about 10 plants over that direction. So I'm not too worried. Those are all going to get tied up. I'm going to try and prune those and tie those up this year and see how that works. I have never done that before, but I've watched a ton of videos, and it makes sense to me to get them up off the ground and tie them and stake them. So we're going to try it.